it's really about the mindset that people have with regards to new technologies, new ways of working. And that means, how do you welcome change? How do you embrace the change? How do you onboard it? As well as then, how do you adapt your habits, your rituals to different ways of working? So it's really, for us, how do we help people be change ready in order to face the challenges that's coming forward.
So that's a cliche, right? But the machines are taking over our jobs, and we used to laugh at that, right? But today it's become very real. Many jobs have been lost to what we call the advancements of AI, and then there are new jobs that is very foreign and new that's coming our way. And so part of this idea about organizational change and the future of work, right? We have to talk about digital transformation. So what are your views on this, and what are some of the actual experiences that you are facing right now?
So indeed, digital transformation is very much driving change in businesses today to be more efficient, to be more à la page, as we say in French, with the changing trends, what customers are looking for, and the way of doing business. But then what we've faced is, how do we demystify it? And we started by not calling it digital transformation, but digital transition, as a way that it's a natural evolution as things move forward. Because over time, Rogers is a 123-year young company which has always constantly been evolving. So at different phases, we have to change and to be future fit and to evolve with our times. So in a sense, for us, digital transformation, digital transition starts first and foremost with the mindset. It's not about the tools that you choose. It's not about the systems. There's an element of process, yes, but it's really about the mindset that people have with regards to new technologies, new ways of working. And that means, how do you welcome change? How do you embrace the change? How do you onboard it? As well as then, how do you adapt your habits, your rituals to different ways of working? So it's really, for us, how do we help people be change ready in order to face the challenges that's coming forward.
And then we have an interesting conversation about strategic behavioral change with regards to digital transformation, right?
Yeah.
So what could you just shed a little bit more light on this?
So the strategic behavioral change here is really about, how do you be able to envision the future? So understanding what are the trends which are impacting your organization. If I take hospitality, for example, where one of this is we operate in, is, if you look at it from a digital angle, how is it impacting the customer? So the customer is more and more interacting directly with your resort in order to do direct bookings and so on and so forth, including looking for quick solutions to be able to and responsiveness. So that means changing the way you use technology to engage with your customer. So that means being able to connect with your customers in a faster level, and changing the way you behave internally in order to work with
them. So means this
Yeah.
strategic behavioral change with digital transformation is that there are certain ways you would engage the customer and present yourself, and even communicate with the customers differently because of the availability, or what we call digital engagement technologies, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And I also want to quickly also move into this idea about using AI for hiring in Rogers. This is something I guess is I think it is becoming more prevalent. Yeah. And so could you just elaborate just a little bit on that?
So, as I mentioned before, also, that we are all facing a talent shortage, and what we've spotted is, we are spending a lot of time in recruitment.
Yeah.
Our time to hire used to be around 30 days. And that's still okay, But we wanted to reduce the time to hire to be able to provide quicker solutions, people solutions to our businesses.
Yeah.
And also, we would be spending a lot of time in first round interviews, which is mainly pre-selection. So what we chose to do is to introduce AI-based interviewing, video interviewing using AI software. So where people get to be screened through a video, they share about themselves. We share 5 questions, 1 minute per question, to a 5-minute interview using AI, which then analyzes your speech patterns, language, and so on, and your personality, and gives us a report. And this has helped us really increase our hiring success and reduce our time to hire.
I guess also cost of hiring as well.
Cost of hiring, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
In terms of management time as well.
And I think this is actually a very fascinating area because after all, in the field that I'm in, which is neuro-linguistic programming, we actually analyze non-verbal behaviors and language patterns, right? So that I've been having what we call ongoing conversation, and it is, I hope that it's heading the direction where there will be some kind of implementation. I'm quite confident about it that it's going to happen, which is this idea about using video recorded data, and we're able to observe certain behavioral patterns, but more importantly, the language patterns, for which then we can identify some of the dominant thought processes that people have. And once we can identify the dominant thought process, then we can actually say that this person is going to be in somewhat going to be suitable for this particular role, and what are some of the perhaps some of the limitation of this person's thought patterns in a certain role, right? And then so you can get more intelligent about who you want to hire and what are the things to look out for when you're hiring this person, where in terms of there might be some area that they need to be trained in order to get to be able to excel in this job. Yeah. So for example, things like, are they kind of like more inward focused or outward focused? If you are looking at someone's customer service, you need to have someone very outward focused rather than internal focused.
Sure.
And then there are other factors like things like whether they are actually a big picture person or a detailed person. And there's a few more of these patterns, right? If we can identify first from a hiring position perspective, and also from a person who is going into a job interview, right? If they are aware about this, they can actually use it to their advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And I believe this is an evolving field. As you know, artificial intelligence and machine learning. This field will keep on improving with time as they get more and more data.
And these patterns that they're talking about is in NLP history for almost about 40 years. So we have a lot of literature and examples to be able to extrapolate and put it into what we call AI, right? And create an algorithm for this. Why should people consider taking the NLP now for you? What is your thoughts on that?
For me, it's now or never. Why I say that is, as you all know, we are living in a highly complex, volatile, and ambiguous, to what we call VUCA. And that level has increased exponentially, which requires you to be really future fit more than ever. And for that, you need expanded self-awareness. You need expanded the ability to be more in touch with your inner resources, be more able to manage your state, whatever comes towards you, and to be able to develop that learning agility so as to be able to adapt fast.
So what you're saying is right now, the world is getting more and more VUCA, whether you like it or not. And the sooner you're able to get yourself into what we call updating the inner software, your inner capacity, the more you're able to be confident about making this future.
So in a way, it allows you to be a disruptor yourself, a positive disruptor, rather than be disrupted by the change around you.
Very nicely said.